In a world where anxiety and fear often cloud our minds, picture discovering an eternal wellspring of wisdom, a guide that has empowered countless individuals across time to transcend their deepest fears. Today, we embark on an exploration of the profound teachings of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who emerged from the depths of slavery to become one of history's most revered thinkers. His life, intertwined with the transformative principles of Stoicism, holds the power to reshape your outlook, strengthen your resolve, and equip you to overcome the fears that hinder your progress. Join me as we delve into 5 life-altering lessons from Epictetus, designed to help you forge unshakable resilience, nurture inner tranquility, and reclaim mastery over your life. 1. The essence of fear. Fear is a universal experience, often suffocating in its intensity, like chains binding the soul. But what if I revealed that much of the fear you face is rooted in illusion? Phantoms conjured by the mind, detached from reality. Epictetus taught that philosophy exists to answer the cries of the soul, offering tools to decipher and dismantle unnecessary suffering. Many of our fears are born not of genuine threats, but of irrational attachments. We dread losing a job, not solely due to financial instability, but because we fear judgment. We obsess over owning luxury items, not out of necessity, but because we equate them with worth. Epictetus challenges us to scrutinize our fears, dissecting them to uncover their hollow foundations. A cornerstone of Stoicism is the principle of focusing exclusively on what lies within our control. External factors, circumstances, opinions, possessions are beyond our influence. By detaching from these pressures, we unlock clarity, freedom, and peace. Reflect. Does the loss of material wealth truly diminish who you are? A CEO without a private jet or a family without domestic help may feel inconvenienced, but these are luxuries, not lifelines. By discerning between needs and wants, we dissolve stress and liberate ourselves from baseless fears. Epictetus further distinguishes between rational and irrational fears. Rational fears, such as hunger or homelessness, are vital for survival. Yet modern anxieties, like the dread of outdated technology or fashion, are societal constructs, not existential threats. By mastering this distinction, we reclaim dominion over our minds and lives. 2. Welcoming life's trials. Life is inherently unpredictable, presenting trials that test our mettle. Epictetus, however, urges us not to fear these challenges but to embrace them. He famously proclaimed that we suffer more from our reactions to events than from the events themselves. Consider this. There are 2 categories in life: things within our control and things beyond it. For example, being laid off during an economic crisis is beyond your control. Why then squander energy fearing it? Instead, direct your focus to what you can influence: your response. You might choose to acquire new skills, seek fresh opportunities, or reframe your perspective to adapt and advance. Epictetus himself endured monumental hardships. He was born into slavery and later exiled when philosophers were banished from Rome. Did he surrender to despair? No. He adapted, persevered, and shared his teachings with unwavering determination. This is the heart of Stoicism. Life will challenge you, but your response defines your character. You can collapse under pressure or harness it as fuel for growth. True strength lies not in avoiding adversity, but in how you rise to meet it. Amor fati, the art of loving your destiny. The Stoics introduced a profound philosophy known as amor fati, the love of fate. This isn't merely about resigning yourself to life's twists and turns. It's about passionately embracing every moment, no matter how challenging, as an essential thread in the fabric of your growth. Picture this. You invest countless hours into a project only to see it crumble before your eyes. Instead of labeling it a failure, reframe it as a lesson, a vital milestone on your journey toward mastery. History brims with examples of visionaries who stumbled repeatedly before rising to greatness. They didn't allow setbacks to define them. They transformed those moments into stepping stones for future triumphs. Life is unpredictable, but instead of merely enduring its storms, why not dance in the rain? By adopting a more fatty, you claim the power to flourish, regardless of external conditions. Mastery over fear through understanding. Fear feeds on ignorance, lurking in the shadows of uncertainty. Yet when illuminated by knowledge, it loses its grip entirely. Epictetus reminds us that through philosophical inquiry, questioning our assumptions, and focusing solely on what lies within our control, we can command our minds with unwavering clarity. Imagine fear as an endless ocean. You are not a creature bound to swim in its depths forever. You possess the ability to step onto solid ground, leaving the waves behind. By embracing Stoic principles of reason and reflection, you dissolve fear's paralyzing hold and replace it with confidence and serenity. Knowledge becomes your compass, guiding you out of the fog of doubt and into the light of empowerment. The freedom to choose courage. At its heart, fear is not an external force. It is a choice we make, often unconsciously. Epictetus offers a liberating truth. You hold the key to breaking free from the mental chains that bind you. Through rational thought, self-awareness, and a steadfast focus on what truly matters, you reclaim your agency. With his wisdom as your guide, you can navigate life's challenges with calmness, courage, and resilience. The decision rests squarely in your hands. Will you remain shackled by irrational fears, or will you rise above them, unlocking the boundless potential of a life driven by inner strength? The path to freedom begins now. Are you ready to take the first step? Resilience, turning trials into triumphs. When life tests us with hardships, we face a defining moment. We can either succumb to despair, allowing these trials to drag us down, or we can seize them as opportunities to evolve. Resilience is the art of converting adversity into fuel for personal growth. Whether it's navigating workplace conflicts, grieving a loss, or repairing fractured relationships, these moments may feel insurmountable, but they don't have to be. What if, instead of viewing challenges as burdens, we saw them as stepping stones? What if we approached each obstacle with a mindset of learning and transformation? Consider Thomas Edison, who famously reframed 10,000 failed experiments as 10,000 lessons learned. "I have not failed," he declared. "I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His unshakable resolve exemplifies the essence of resilience. Each setback became a building block for eventual success. When we reframe our struggles in this way, asking ourselves what we can learn and how we can grow stronger, we harness adversity as a tool for self-improvement. True resilience stems from within. It's about mastering our thoughts, reactions, and efforts. Life's difficulties do not diminish us. They refine us, forging character and strength with every challenge. In this light, obstacles cease to be barriers. They become bridges to transformation. Believing in your potential is the first step toward unlocking a future defined by authenticity and purpose. Too often, we hold ourselves back not because of a lack of ability, but because fear grips us, fear of judgment, failure, or simply standing out. This invisible chain can keep dreams locked away, unfulfilled. But consider the story of Epictetus, born into slavery, yet rising to become one of history's most profound thinkers. His life reminds us that external circumstances are no match for an indomitable spirit and self-belief. It's not our conditions that determine our destiny. It's the mindset we choose to adopt. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what lies within our control, our actions, thoughts, and attitudes. Rather than being consumed by forces beyond our reach, we're called to cultivate resilience and trust in our capacity to grow. Whether you're launching a business, creating art, or striving toward personal transformation, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone for growth when viewed through this lens. Success isn't measured by accolades or achievements, but by how far you've come in becoming the best version of yourself. Each challenge is an invitation to discover your strength, deepen your understanding of who you are, and inch closer to your limitless potential. In a world obsessed with likes, shares, and validation, it's easy to lose sight of your inner compass. Social media amplifies voices telling you who you should be, what you should do, and how you should live. Yet, Epictetus warns against seeking approval from others. If you seek outside validation, you surrender your integrity. True strength comes from trusting yourself, acting with unwavering conviction based on your values, and refusing to let external opinions sway your path. When you chase others' approval, you drift further from your authentic self, trapped in expectations that stifle your unique purpose. Instead, Stoicism calls you to turn inward. Find clarity in your values, pursue goals rooted in integrity, and measure success by your standards, not society's fleeting applause. Every time doubt creeps in or fear of judgment takes hold, remind yourself, you have the power to forge your own way. Trust in your abilities, face challenges head-on, and embrace the journey with courage and resilience. The freedom to live authentically, to chart your course without bending to external pressures, is the essence of true liberation. History bears witness to those who defied criticism and stood firm in their convictions. Socrates faced ridicule and exile for his ideas. Galileo endured persecution for challenging dogma, and Martin Luther King Jr. confronted hatred while championing justice. Their legacies weren't built on pleasing everyone. They were forged through courage, principle, and steadfastness. Greatness doesn't come from seeking recognition. It emerges when you commit to living a life aligned with your deepest truths. So ask yourself, will you perform for an audience whose applause fades quickly, or will you step boldly onto the stage of your own making? By embracing Stoic wisdom, you can shatter the mold of conformity and live with purpose, integrity, and relentless forward motion. Your strength, resilience, and inner peace will far outweigh any fleeting praise. In the end, greatness isn't about impressing others. It's about honoring your highest self and crafting a life rich with meaning, growth, and authenticity. They refuse to let anything deter them from staying true to their beliefs. They understood that sacrificing their integrity for the sake of approval would be the ultimate betrayal of self. In your own journey, this could mean holding steadfast to your principles even when they're met with resistance or misunderstanding. It might involve walking a path less traveled, one that others can't comprehend, or embracing your authentic self, regardless of societal expectations. When we release the grip of judgment and fear, we unlock a boundless freedom to grow, explore, and live without constraints. Epictetus reminds us that seeking validation from others stifles our potential for growth. If we're consumed by how others perceive us, we shy away from risks, clinging to the safety of familiarity. We avoid challenges out of fear of failure or criticism. Yet it's precisely through these trials that transformation occurs. Every time fear dictates our decisions, we deny ourselves the chance to evolve. Instead of fixating on external opinions, embrace discomfort as fuel for progress. View obstacles not as barriers, but as stepping stones toward becoming stronger and more resilient. The more you practice this mindset, the more unshakable your inner strength becomes. It's natural and human to care about what others think. But Stoicism invites us to cultivate self-compassion and find validation within ourselves rather than relying on applause from the outside world. Celebrate your efforts, honor your progress, and take pride in who you are. External praise is fleeting. Internal acknowledgement is enduring. As you build this foundation of inner strength, criticism loses its sting. You no longer need approval to feel worthy, nor permission to live authentically. Criticism is inevitable. It comes with the territory of being alive. What truly matters is how we respond to it. Epictetus teaches us to remain steadfast on our chosen path, letting external voices fade into insignificance. By adopting this Stoic perspective, we forge unshakable confidence. We navigate life with resilience, rooted in our truth regardless of outside noise. Among all fears, one looms largest, the fear of death. Most people push thoughts of mortality aside, pretending it's distant. Yet Epictetus urges the opposite. By confronting death, we can live with greater freedom and intention. I cannot escape death, he said, but at least I can escape the fear of it. Death itself is beyond our control, an unavoidable part of existence, but our perception of it is entirely within our power. By reframing how we view death, we strip away the paralyzing anxiety it often brings. Epictetus faced death daily, not only because of his enslaved beginnings, but also due to fragile health. Rather than succumbing to fear, he used it as motivation to focus on what truly mattered. To conquer this fear, shift your perspective. See death not as an end, but as a reminder to cherish every moment. One powerful Stoic exercise is memento mori. Remember you must die. Far from morbid, this practice calls us to live with urgency and purpose. Imagine starting each day by asking yourself, if today were my last, how would I choose to live? This simple reflection forces clarity. It compels us to prioritize meaningful connections, pursue bold dreams, and shed petty concerns. It transforms fear into action, urging us to create a life rich with purpose, a legacy we'd be proud to leave behind. When we embrace the inevitability of death, we liberate ourselves from the chains of petty concerns. Across many societies, death is often treated as a forbidden topic, whispered about only in times of sorrow. Yet, this avoidance only deepens its shadowy grip on our minds. The Stoics, however, offer a different path. By confronting death head-on, we strip it of its paralyzing power. Acknowledging death not as an ominous specter, but as an intrinsic thread woven into the fabric of existence, allows us to meet it with calm acceptance and dignity. In releasing our dread of mortality, we awaken to life's immediacy. With sharper focus, deeper connection, and boundless vitality, our energy shifts toward what truly lies within our control: how we act, the impact we leave behind, and the enduring mark we etch upon the world. Rather than fixating on the uncertainty of when life ends, let's instead ask ourselves, how shall I live so that my days resonate with purpose? Epictetus and his fellow Stoics recognized that fear, be it fear of criticism or fear of death, is a self-imposed cage. Yet, within each of us resides the strength to dismantle its bars. By conquering the fear of others' opinions, we unlock the courage to live unapologetically as our true selves. By facing down the fear of death, we uncover the vision to savor every moment with unwavering clarity. This journey transforms us, leading to profound inner peace, unshakable resilience, and ultimate freedom, the kind that empowers us to craft a life rich with meaning and unrelenting authenticity.